Good morning, everybody. So I'm out on the street today to do some maintenance. I have to take care of the willow tree here. It grows like a beast. I mean, this thing, I really need to put it on my schedule to do a once a month trim on this. I had trimmed it a little while back, but I wasn't really paying attention. And last night we had some neighbors come down the street and I came out to chat with them and we were like looking at each other through the branches, so it was pretty bad. I said, I'm gonna trim that. That'll definitely be better for you tomorrow when you come for your walk tomorrow. So I'm out here, I wanna trim this up, and then I'm gonna take you with me around the garden and just do some maintenance, routine maintenance. So just a real quick run through just to tidy up and make things look good. So I've got with me a rake. I have a paper yard waste bag that I'm going to put all the branches into when I'm done cutting. I have my electric hedge trimmer and my long extension cord. So I'm going to get this all set up and I'm going to get cutting. So let's go. So that is job one done for the day. I'm pretty happy with that. I tried to trim it up a little bit higher so if somebody's taller than me, we'll have an easier time walking down my sidewalk. I also did try to trim around our stop sign here. The burro came and trimmed it earlier. Oh gosh, I guess it was last month or so, and so that was good. So I just wanted to trim it up a little bit more so that people could see the stop sign. So yeah, much better. Easier for people to walk down my sidewalk and around the corner. That's much, much better. What is not so good that I saw when I was out here is my tree lawn is just really looking ratty. I never paid much attention to my tree lawn. I mean, just mowing it. But it shows. It really needs a rake out. It needs an edge done. I need to get to the weeds in between the cracks in the sidewalk. And it's just like, that looks so ratty. Oh my gosh, that's horrifying. I have to get on that. I was thinking that I might do it tomorrow, but actually that's not going to work out because we are supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow. So maybe Thursday. So tomorrow's Wednesday. Maybe Thursday I will get the power washer out and power wash this front wall here and my stairs and get those all prepped for paint. While I was filming, my friend Michelle, who owns Ace Handyman Services, stopped by and we were chatting, and she's the one that's going to, her company is going to install those front railings for me, so she was just giving me an update. Okay, so I'm ready to start my routine garden maintenance. I've gotten out my black Trug. Boy, that thing has been with me for years, and it does have a little bit of a hole in the bottom, but it still works great, and I'm not going to replace it until it absolutely falls apart. And I've got my Felco Pruners. If you guys have never heard of Felco or used Felco Pruners, I would really encourage you to check them out because I feel that they are the best pruners and trimmers, and they have a wide variety of different models and styles and sizes and everything like that. But I just think they are an awesome, awesome brand of pruner. So I always clip them on the outside of my trug when I go out to do routine lawn maintenance. Because there's chances are that there's stuff that I'm going to want to trim. So I have those with me. So I'm going to start back here in the deck area. There's some leaves on my cannas that are underneath and they're looking pretty ratty, and I think I could sacrifice those leaves because I got so many healthy ones. And I also want to deadhead these cannas, and I know they're like past due on getting deadheaded, but I was nervous to deadhead them because this is the first year I ever grew cannas, and I was a little bit nervous about the proper way to deadhead them. So I think I know. I looked at it, I watched a video, and I feel like it's pretty straightforward, so I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and deadhead these so they look better, and who knows, maybe they'll push some more flowers. I know this one here is looking like it's ready to push a new flower right on this stalk here. So I'm going to get rid of these other dried up ones because those are like seed pods. So we don't need to have them putting energy into seed pods when they could be putting energy into putting out pretty flowers. So anyway, so I'm going to deadhead the cannas, trim up the leaves that are a little bit ratty on the bottom, and also trim up any ratty leaves on my hosta. And then I think I just need to do a little sweep up on the deck. Like there's some spent flower blooms underneath my big pot there, so I want to do that, and then we'll move on to the next area of the garden. All right. Forget about this little sidewalk area off of our deck to the front because we don't use this too much, so I'm hardly ever walking there and I don't notice how many little weeds and things are coming up. And actually the stuff coming up in the mulch isn't weeds, it's bamboo, because on the other side of the fence there the neighbor has bamboo, and it's very invasive, very strong root system, so it comes in and it pops up. So instead of trying to dig it out, which would be absolute, just drive me insane, I just cut it off. It does keep coming back, but I won't bother expending the energy to try to dig out those root systems because it's too much. So I'm gonna go through and just weed out between the sidewalk cracks there and along the edge and just cut off these bamboo pieces. Okay, back here in the fenced garden, first I'm going to start off with my Calliope Geraniums and just deadhead those. Those are really easy to deadhead. You just follow the stem down to where it meets the stalk, and then you just bend it and it snaps right off. It's super easy. So I just wait until like most of the head of flowers is spent, and when there's more dead blooms than nice fresh blooms, then I deadhead that stalk off, and it just keeps pushing out more and more stalks of blooms. Let me show you. It's just such a nice prolific plant. I just love these. So like this one, that one's looking a little like tatty. So you just go down, follow it down to the very base. Oop, not a good view. And just give it a little snap. And that's it. And then that's done. But look at all of these brand new flowers that are starting, and you see these little right here. So it's all loaded with new stuff, so you don't have to feel so bad. It's kind of, sometimes it can feel a little like, oh, there's still some nice flowers on there, should I deadhead it? But you know what, it's good if once it gets to be more dead than live flowers, it's better just to deadhead it, because it will push out that energy. It'll put that energy into pushing out new stalks of new flowers. So it's all good. Deadheading is a good thing. So that's what I'm going to do on these two pots here. And then the other thing I'm going to do over here is I'm going to deadhead these daisies. You know, there's the spent ones that I just follow down, and I cut those off down. I'm not sure exactly how far I should be going down, but I think I'm going to take them down to where like this other new stalk that's pushing out a new bud is. So I'm going to do that on all of the daisies that are spent. And I think I have some plant supports, and I'm thinking about maybe trying to put a plant support underneath this Russian sage to keep it up like out of the yard a little bit. So I'm not sure how successful that's going to be, but we'll do that. Deadhead these guys. I see a dried leaf on that hosta. It's looking tatty, that I want to get rid of that. And then let's see over here. Some of these echinaceas that are like clearly done, I'm going to deadhead those. Look at all the honeybees. I think I might put a plant support on this. Deadhead that echinacea. And then come over here, and I think I'm going to put another plant support underneath this genaflox. And look at this genaflox. If you saw my initial garden tour, you'll see that this has grown so much. It's just amazing what it can do when it's not being smothered out by the peonies. So it was a good move to bring this one over here. So that's looking great. And I see that this is still struggling with some powdery mildew, so I'm going to come out here tonight and spray neem oil on that. And let's see here. I think everything looks good in that area. I know my Weigelia, I don't know, it's a tomato thing, I guess. That's doing great. Then I'm going to come in here, and my lilies, I'm going to pull out some of those dried leaves, deadhead some more daisies, maybe deadhead a little bit on these Rebecchias. Just there's a couple of blooms here and there that are dead, so I'm going to take those out and come back into the iris, and these are still looking pretty good. There's just a couple of leaves that are looking a little not so great, so I'll just pull those out, and maybe deadhead a little bit on this Rebecchia, and then that will be it for back here. So I'm going to crack on with that and get done with this area. It's actually 2 days later, because I noticed when I was done doing all of my routine maintenance in the garden that my battery had died again. So I have ordered a second one of those so that hopefully I won't have that problem again in the future. But when I was done doing all of my routine maintenance, it was the end of the day, and it took me a lot longer than I had anticipated. I always go into my routine maintenance thinking, oh, it's just going to be a little bit of time. I'm just going to whiz around here and that'll be it. And it always takes me so much longer than I think. So as it so happens, one of my very favorite YouTube channels, Garden Answer with Laura Laboutier, she's just fantastic, and you should check her out if you haven't. But one of the things that she's doing this week is she's actually got a series about how she divides her garden up into zones. Now, Laura and Aaron have a huge 6-acre property out in Oregon, so way more than what I'm dealing with here. But the concept can be scaled down. And I thought to myself, yeah, I need to do that. So what I'm going to do from here on out is divide this property into zones. 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. I want to have Sunday off. And so I've just noted down in my notebook here, Mondays I'm going to do the deck and the patio area out back. Tuesday I'm going to do the fenced yard. Wednesday the side yard here, like on the Murray Street side. Thursday I'm going to do the willow bed. Friday, I'm going to do the front porch garden here. Saturday, I'm going to do the courtyard area between our house and our neighbors. So then I'll have Sunday off to do like whatever I want. And then in addition to that normal routine maintenance, I can do like a project. So I can do a little bit of routine maintenance and a project every day of the week. So I'm really excited to put that to the test this next week. And actually, you know, I know that I just did, you know, a routine run around, but I'm going to start today. And so today's Thursday, so I'm going to do this willow bed here. And I'm just going to go through it and look at everything. And I'm actually going to make notes of anything that I want to remember to move or ideas I have for the future or what have you. So I'm going to take my notebook out with me and like write notes when I'm out there doing my routine maintenance. So I'm really like looking forward to putting that to the test, and we'll see how it goes. So with that, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I'm really excited that you came with me to do a willow pruning and a routine maintenance, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your day.